When you're a kid coloring in a farm-themed coloring book, chickens are usually represented with one stereotypical shape, usually one color. A person may even make it into adulthood thinking that a brown or white barnyard hen is pretty much all there is to chicken diversity. But one of the fun parts of actually taking the time to learn about chickens is realizing the sheer amount of variety in shape, form, color, and function that has resulted from the thousands of years of breeding these birds. They may have started in the jungles of Southeast Asia, but chicken keepers throughout the centuries have spread them around the world and bred them to varying climates and purposes accordingly. From fancy feathered exhibition stock to proud little bantams with frizzled feathers, you'll quickly find that chickens have as varied a range of forms as domesticated dogs do. Though there are more categories than what I've listed here, I'll now introduce you to 5 major groups of chickens and how they are used. The first type of chicken we'll be talking about in this section are egg-laying chickens. Now I know, technically every chicken is an egg-laying breed, but some are far more productive than others. Chickens referred to as egg-laying breeds often originated from the Mediterranean. Names like Minorca, Ancona, Leghorn, or Andalusian prove that. They are typically small-bodied, as they put all of their energy into making lots of eggs, not a lot of muscle. Since lots of them are from warm climates, they have close-lying feathers and big, floppy combs that are prone to frostbite. Temperament-wise, many egg layers are flighty, alert, good at foraging, but really not all that friendly to people. The most popular egg-laying type is the Leghorn. You know all those white eggs you see in every grocery store? The hens that laid those are typically a trade secret production hybrid that has Leghorn somewhere in the mix. The next type of chicken we'll talk about are meat birds. Meat-type chickens look drastically different from slim and trim egg layers. These birds were bred to be big, to have big muscles, and to gain weight really fast. The hope of the generations of people who developed these breeds was to produce a chicken that bulked up as fast as possible. You see, a bird that can convert feed into muscle as economically as possible can be butchered sooner, which saves the farmer time and money. Since meat-type birds are intended to be slaughtered usually before they reach maturity, some are not great egg layers. It wasn't a focus. Lots of these chickens originated from Great Britain, and that's why you'll come across geographical names like Orpington, Sussex, and Cornish. The chicken you buy at the supermarket is a trade secret hybrid called the Cornish cross. This specific meat type grows so fast that they are often butchered at 8 weeks. At that age, many heritage breeds still look rather like chicks. The next type of chicken that you may come across are game birds. Now these birds have an interesting past, because once upon a time, cockfighting was a serious and illegal sport. A whole world of birds was specifically bred to bloody the ring, with pedigrees that could compare to the most well-decorated of racehorses. Now, fierce breeds like the Malay and the Asil often enter the show ring instead as exhibition birds. The females of these breeds are typically very good mothers, but not very good at laying lots of eggs. Some of them only average 6 a year. The males are beautiful, but they have no idea that cockfighting has been made illegal, and many of them will still fight other chickens fiercely. Generally, game birds are not a good bird to start with if you're a beginner. The fourth type of chicken we'll talk about today are dual-purpose breeds. Like the name suggests, dual-purpose chickens are able to be used for either meat or eggs. They won't gain the weight of a meat breed as fast, and they won't lay as many eggs per year as a laying breed, but they will certainly provide enough for a small homestead, and they're ideal for the first-timer. Lots of dual-purpose birds have American origins. You'll hear names like New Hampshire, Rhode Island Red, Delaware, Buckeye, and Plymouth Rock in that category. They all lay brown eggs. Finally, the last type of chicken we'll talk about in this lesson are bantams. These are the tiny ones. Many of these bitty birds are used as pets or as show birds, as they are often more decorative than utilitarian. They've come from all over the place, from the palaces of China to poultry clubs in Malaysia and the backyards of British bird fanciers. They're typically very friendly, not as hardy as their full-sized counterparts, and not very productive egg layers. A notable breed is the odd-looking, black-skinned silky chicken. In addition to being sweet-natured and show-worthy, this incredibly broody breed is often used as a surrogate to naturally incubate eggs from other breeds. Knowing what type of bird you're dealing with will help you know what type of chicken the cute chicks you order from a hatchery will become. It would be a very frustrating rookie error to buy a clutch of bantam birds as your broilers, or a handful of game birds as your egg layers. So rest assured, though, after a season or two of learning about these fascinating types of chickens, you'll start finding your favorite breeds and types to suit your specific goals.